Hi everybody, welcome to the broadcast today. As always, let's give people another 5 seconds to get on the broadcast, get all settled in front of their screen, and we'll get right to it. So welcome. Did you have a chance to think about what I talked about last week? And did you have a chance to do the exercise using the towel? Let me know in the comment section if you did, and just add that to your routine, using the towel. And like I mentioned as well last week, if you're a traveler and you want to train, and you should be training even if you're away, then use the towel in the hotel room or use the laundry bag. Very slippery on carpet, and you can do these quite easily. And we talked about who do you thank on your birthday, and you already know the answer to that. So I hope you thought about that, and if you did take action on that, then you focused on somebody else than on yourself. And it should have been your mother, your mom. All right, so as always, if you like this video and these videos, please share them. Get as many people involved and just implementing these lessons into your daily life, your routine, and to change your beliefs or habits. Okay, so today's lesson, I'm not sure if you're like me, but this warm weather, it really brings even more life and more energy. And we always used to do this one thing with my dad, my mom, the whole family. When it gets hot at this time, we do something, and it's very powerful. And it's a very powerful metaphor that I use. And for me, metaphors, I try to look for metaphors in every area of my life. Sometimes it's daily, mundane tasks, but I try to compare them with an idea or a concept. And this is the lesson for today. I'm not sure if you're like me, but yesterday I spent the whole day raking, raking leaves and picking up old dead branches. That's what I did yesterday. Made a big ass pile, and I burnt it. I burnt it to a crisp, completely burnt. But I'm talking about this big pile of wood. And I went to bed at 1 a.m. last night, just looking at the fire and just watching it melt away to nothing. Now the metaphor. Raking those dead leaves. The tree no longer needs those trees or those branches. The metaphor is in your own life. I look at it, leaves, branches, or skin, like a snake. A snake sheds a skin once a year. Some snakes shed their skin 12 times a year. If you look at your life, your beliefs, your habits, what are things that you can get rid of? Like shedding your skin, like the leaves, like the old dead branches. The old dead branches, the leaves, the skin, are some of your beliefs, some of your habits, the things you do. That's the lesson. That's the metaphor. In what area are you, quote unquote, bullshitting yourself? Just like the Michael Jackson song, The Man in the Mirror. I'm talking with the man in the mirror. What you should do is write a list. Like you can write it down, or you can just commit it to memory. And when you're standing in front of the mirror, looking at yourself, it's impossible to bullshit yourself because you're staring at your own self. If you are to lie to yourself, it just doesn't work. You're just standing there with the mirror and you're staring into your own eyes, and you make a statement, a comment about a certain belief you have. And then you can call yourself on that bullshit, or if it's real and that you're actually living that belief, or that habit, then you can acknowledge it in front of your own self and say, yes, that's true. And if it's not true, then you call your own bullshit and say, no, that's false. And as you go through the list, what are some of the beliefs that you have and why can't you change them? Remember, everything you have in your life is created by you, the good and the bad. What are some beliefs like that you have about, let's say, money? Maybe you have a belief that you have to pay all the bills first and then use up the money that's left to do stuff or to buy things that you like. No, that's wrong. Wrong belief. Try to change it with you pay yourself first, 10%, and then you pay the rest. That's a very smart, wise advice that my dad gave me a long time ago. It's part of a small book, The Richest Man in Babylon. You should maybe look it up and read it. But you don't really need to, because this is the lesson. Whatever you earn, you take 10% and you put it away for you. In a saving, in some form, you save 10% first. You build it up to 20%, 30%, 50% of what you earn, and then you spend the rest. Do not pay the bills for, like, that's one belief. Okay, perfect. Now, what are other beliefs or habits you have about eating, nutrition, training, your goals, your dreams? And what kind of person are you? And if you are an honest person, a hardworking person, all these traits, will go through them in front of the mirror and then call yourself on it. False, true, false, true. And then start getting rid of old habits and old beliefs, like the skin, like the leaves, like the old branches. And then metaphorically burn them. You discard them in your mind. And you imagine like you're burning it, like burning down that pile of wood last night. So I want you to think about that. That's your lesson for today. We need to discard, to get rid of things beliefs that don't really empower us and doesn't get us the results we want and give us more joy, happiness, fulfillment, things like that. So think about that. And then I want you to I want you to add an exercise. It's a very hard exercise. It doesn't look like much, but I want you to try it and I want you to add it to your routine. It's called the Pike Pulse. Pike Pulse. I'll show it and then you can either try it with me at home or later tonight, or when you're doing your workout, your training, add it into your routine. It's very simple. You sit. You can see me correctly. You sit with your hands reach far. As far as you can. Some of you, I think maybe most of you might not even be able to do the exercise. But you are tenacious, you have perseverance, you will be able to do it. But if you can't do it at this distance, do it at this distance. You point your toes, you reach as far as you can, and then you proceed to lift your legs off the floor 5 to 8 inches and you pulsate up and down. Try to reach 20. If reaching really far you're unable to do so, nothing happens, then you need to scale back a little bit. Bring your hands between your knees and your hips and then do the movement. But you're trying to reach as far as you can forward and then do the pulse from that position. I love this exercise. Really builds the core. Us as fighters, we need to have a strong core to take punches and kicks to the body. Try this exercise. It's not easy, but you will get stronger in the core as you do it regularly. Think about the lesson, do the exercise and add it. As always, it's always a pleasure to spend some time every Friday with you and to go through these very simple lessons, but you need to apply them. Until next week, master yourself, share the video, like it, and comment. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll answer right away. Have a great week. Enjoy this great weather. And if you want to do some work like me, then do so. It's great for the mind. In a Zen state, you're in the moment and you're doing some sort of physical task. It's very good for the soul, the thoughts, your mind. So get out there, and I'll see you soon.